the 15 offensive rebounds they had and the 21 second chance points. I mean, Dutcher said they kind of flipped the script on you guys from what you've done to beat them a lot.
That was it. And you know, it sounds so simple and it's easier said than done, but we knew that. Like that was going to be and we've been great on the boards. I don't know if we took that for granted or now they're a really good rebounding team and they're quick to the ball and you know, they look like a team that they were locked in. They had a week to prepare and, you know, coming off a loss, we knew what we were going to get into. And I thought felt like our approach was great. We were right there and saw on wood, and then all of a sudden just a couple possessions got away from us. And, you know, but credit San Diego State. Like I said, we have great battles with them. This was no different. There's probably just a little stretch in there where, you know, we missed you know, especially early in the second half, we missed some really good looks. You gotta make those, and our guys know that, and that's basketball. The game of made shots, missed shots, and they punished us when they missed shots by getting rebounds, and we didn't do that to them enough.
You've always been someone who's rewarded minutes. Like,
pardon me?
You've always been someone who's rewarded minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you earn your minutes with the program.
No doubt.
And tell me about Chris Lockett. I mean, I thought without him tonight it would have been a different game.
Oh, 100%. And you know, Chris was struggling at the start of the year with turnovers and not rebounding. And you know, your issues are your issues until you fix them. And Chris cares a lot about basketball, cares about this team, and wanted to be out there so bad that but it's my job to make him better. And I'm not gonna just throw you out there and hope you solve it. You're gonna solve it, and then you get to be out there. And I was so proud of those two freshmen. Chris, 2 assists, no turnovers. Julian only had 1 turnover, you know, and he hasn't been practicing that much lately. He was hurt, sick. So those two, you know, they were a big bright spot. But yeah, Chris earned every second, and that's what, you know, that's why this program makes guys better, because there's a level of accountability. Like, it's not my job to play; it's your job to fix it, and then you get to play. You solve that, then you get to play, and it means everything to him. So he solved it, and you know, he's getting better and better. And you know, like I told him, he's going to be a great player here. When we look back on it, we're going to be like, oh my God, he's because that kid cares about basketball. He works, cares about his team. He's about the right things. He plays hard, and he wants to be good. And he'll just keep getting better. So I was proud of those 2 freshmen.
There were a lot of strings of 5, 6, 7 missed shots in a row for you guys tonight. Did you guys do you feel like they kind of compounded upon each other? Or?
No, I mean, I think I got some seniors that pressed too hard mentally and just let it go. Like, we got a little of, you know, overthinking maybe on shooting. As a great shooter, and there's been some great ones in this program, they have no conscience, they don't think about it. They forget the misses and they can just let it rip. You know, it's not, oh, I hope I make this. No, it's like, let it go. And guys that haven't made a ton of shots sometimes in games, you have to get used to that. But once you do, shooters gotta shoot. And you know, I want Tyson snapping those off. He's one of the best shooters in the country that hasn't shown that yet. It's crazy, and it's coming. But you got to get to the point where you don't care. Like, let it rip. And we got guys that, you know, it's almost like they care too much. It's you squeeze it, you get no lemonade if you squeeze it too hard. So I think we got a little of that going on.
I know foul trouble tonight too for Omar, but would you like to see him earn more of those minutes?
Oh wait, we have a late arriving media guest here. Yeah, you're fine, Mark. Good to see you. Say that again, I'm sorry.
You know, obviously Omar had the foul trouble, but would you like to see him earn more minutes?
Yeah, we need Omar to be Omar. And, you know, he's struggling. He'll be the first to tell you that. And I got to help him through it. The team's got to help him through it. He's got to help himself through it. Eventually, you know, you just got to say, screw it. I'm just going to play really hard. And you know, it'll come. We always have, our seniors always finish really well. And, you know, but I got to get them through something. Everybody goes through a valley of death as an individual. You know, I had one player here started the year 1 for 24 from 3, and then he started making a bunch of threes. But every player goes through something like that through a long season, and you got to find a way to get yourself out of it. And you know, as coaches, we got to be able to help them. As teammates, we got to be able to help them, and because we got a lot of belief in them.
How good are they defensively? I mean, it seems like every year it's.
Yeah, well, it's the staple of their program, and you know, Mark had told me that at the start of the year that it's going to take some time with this team because they got new guys and young guys, but they're going to get there, and they're long and they're shot blockers. They protect that paint maybe as good as a lot of, you know, I say that, but it's recency bias. I just, you know, every year they've been good at it, but this team really, I've seen them, you know, so you got to make some, when you get open looks, you got to be able to make them because getting in the paint, and we did a good job with that the first half. We spread them out a little bit and attacked the paint pretty good, and you know, it's 1 point game. And then second half, there was a stretch there where I remember we got some pretty darn good looks, and they didn't go down, and then they went down and scored, and that becomes a separator.
What were they doing against Tyson that was so effective?
Well, they were not going to let him score inside. They were just going to bring the double every time, and you know, that we did a decent job of that. We got some swings out of it and some threes out of it, and you know, but then there was a couple where we got some turnovers out of it, where we tried to put a square peg in the round hole. You know, unless you got a path, you can't go through their bodies. They're going to come and rake, and they're quick to the ball, and you know, so. But like I said, this team, you know, I saw that on film. They're protecting the paint, and that's why I was like, let it rip, Tyson. You know, you got to be able. He's got to be able to make those because he can, and he will.
Part of everything you said there with the struggles inside, was it just a mismatch of height and length? You know, you've got big guys.
No. I mean, ours are, you know, our guys are strong. Their guys are long a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and not that they're not strong, but we're big too. You know,
That's what I'm saying, like big compared to like, you know, length. Like you've got some big guys.
Yeah, they're long, and they, their length creates problem. I mean, you look at the stats of what they've done block shots. I mean, are they number 1 in the nation? They're a really good defensive team, which is what we expected. And but when you know we talk about all this other stuff, 21-9 on second chance points. It was simple as that. And they, like you said, they flipped the script on us, and that's where the battle was won.
If you look, I mean, it's still early in the season, but there have been a ton of really, really close games in this conference. I mean, there aren't as many good, you know, NCAA tournament teams as last year, but is this just going to be every night like this?
Yeah,
I mean, you saw
it is.
San Diego State last week. You saw it last night.
Yep, it is, and it's that. I think, you know, that's conference play. It's always been like that, though. Even when 6 teams, 2 teams, 4 teams, it's conference games, and we all know each other so well. I mean, it's hard to score buckets in this conference. You got great defensive coaches, great defensive teams, you know, and I think there's a lot of equality this year. I mean, anybody can be there. We snuck one at San Jose. We battled it, you know, Wyoming beat Nevada. I mean, on and on and on. And Colorado State's done some great things already, and on the road. And that's just night in, night out. And you gotta find a way to get the next one done. And I think we played a team that was really dialed in, and a week to prepare, coming off a loss. There's a lot, and we knew that. We knew we were going to get their best. We always try to give them our best. They give us their best. We've had epic battles over the years.
You've talked about the value of chartering in the past from your end. Does it surprise you that a program of their stature still has only 4 charter legs a season?
I don't know how to answer that, Mark.
I think some boosters have stepped up and got them 6 now.
Okay.
But I mean, they arrived at midnight last night.
Yeah, that's tough.
They arrived day of game for their.
That is
2
tough.
games ago.
And you know, you might not see the effects initially, but it can be cumulative because you know, these things. I mean, we got to play UNLV on Tuesday. They got to play something on Tuesday. I mean, it just, you got to. The moment the game gets over, you're starting to get ready for that next game with getting your bodies right, your minds right, getting the scouting done, and there's a lot to do, and if you're spending your whole time traveling, it has an effect, no doubt.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks very much.